up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning the Mexican month. David Benavidez. Get this. David Benavidez states that he is reaching out to Turki Al-Sheikh. He has mentioned that he wants the biggest Mexican fight in the history of Mexican boxing. And what better place to have it in Saudi Arabia? And he said, I don't fight for money, I fight for legacy. And if I lose, I will donate my whole entire purse to charity of your liking. And when I beat Canelo Alverez, I will still donate most of my money to children's funds around the world. And I stand by my words. Those are the words of David Benavidez, and let me counterpunch. Well, first off, I don't know if it will be the biggest Mexican fight in history. Probably the biggest recently. And no other place for it to be but Saudi Arabia. Well, no, I think if you're going to have two Mexican fighters that are top caliber, the best ideal place would be Mexico, not Saudi Arabia. However, we know that Turki Al-Sheikh is doing tremendous things for boxing overall. And I think he's pretty much now looked at and viewed as the savior of boxing. And it is impressive to me that he's that bold enough to donate his whole entire purse. We've heard this once before by Mr. Tyson Fury, but we're not sure if that actually went through because we don't know any charity that he actually donated anything to. Okay, just putting that out there, right? But I think that David Benavidez is still chasing Canelo Alverez, and I don't think that's healthy for him. I don't. Because the more you chase another fighter, how focused are you on the fighter that's in front of you or supposed to be in front of you? Okay? Now, keep in mind, he's supposed to be fighting Alexander Volchnik, which is only once beaten. You know what he did to Superman, no disrespect. And, you know, he gave Benavidez a pretty decent fight before he got stopped. So I don't understand what the urgency is for David Benavidez now to want to fight Canelo and to bring all these highly heightened stipulations up, you know, to fight Canelo. I thought he was going to 175. See, that's the problem. See, I understand Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is like a fighter that is okay, we know he's a Mexican icon, but he's also a guy that everybody and their mama wants to fight. Okay? Is he ducking David Benavidez? Is he avoiding him? Is he swerving him? Sure he is. But you have to come to you have to be an adult about certain things. You have to understand that, hey, this is what it is. It's what it is. He doesn't want to fight you. Move on with your career. Don't be like Golovkin and let Golovkin chase Canelo to the point it messed up his whole legacy. See, had Golovkin did what he said he wanted to do before the Canelo saga, he would have not only beat Bernard Hopkins' record, he would have actually been what he said he wanted, undisputed middleweight champion. Okay, he never really was that. He was the unified, but he never was the undisputed, simply because he didn't fight Deverenchenko for the IBF, and they stripped him. And then when he fought Canelo again, he lost them all anyway in a close fight in the second fight, which everybody knows he should have won the first. However, chasing Canelo around, doing these things that Canelo, in Canelo's terms, and wanted to do, and this, that, and the other, he missed his legacy. He missed the things that he could have done to define his legacy. That's why Bernard Hopkins is looking pretty, and, you know, he's comfortable because he's tied with Bernard Hopkins. He should have beat Deverenchenko, which he ended up fighting anyway after losing the rematch against Canelo for the IBF belt. So, you know what I mean? So it was just ridiculous how Canelo makes these guys do things against their own legacy standards. And I don't think David should go down that same path running after Canelo, because Canelo running after him, he'll take you for a long maze and a long ride. Okay? That's Canelo Alverez, through and through. Okay, so I don't like the idea of David now reaching out to Turki Al-Sheikh for a fight that Canelo, first of all, doesn't want, and he's not going to take. He's fighting Jaime Munguia. So why is David Benavidez wasting so much time chasing him? He should be worried about Alexander Volchnik. And let me just be, let me just give you a counterpunch theory, okay, of what could happen. Let me give you a counterpunch prophecy. He fights Alexander Volchnik and loses. See, Turki Al-Sheikh has already did what he's going to do for him. He's already did what he's going to do for him. There's no reason for him to keep wasting time asking Turki Al-Sheikh, hey, man, can you make a Canelo fight in Saudi Arabia? What do you care about 168 when you're at 175? Canelo went up there and it didn't pay out. It happened the first time he beat old Kovalev, okay, the drunk. But after that, he fought Bivol and came up short. So he's at 168. You're supposed to be at 175, still looking back at 168. Don't look backwards, look forward. Because if you keep looking backwards, if I keep looking backwards in my car, what's eventually going to happen? I'm going to wreck and run into somebody because I wasn't looking forward. And who he will run into is Alexander Volchnik, and he is no small fry. I keep telling people that. He's wasting his energy talking this person and calling out Canelo, which he's going to run into somebody that he more than likely can't handle because he wasn't focused on him like he should have been. And then here's the thing. Who's to say he could have beat Alexander Volchnik anyway, and there's no guarantee that he will beat Alexander Volchnik. This is a new division. I don't care how big David Benavidez is, okay? It doesn't really matter. When you start fighting guys your own size, you will run into adversity. You can be as bad as you want to be at a certain weight class, but eventually you're going to run into somebody that's going to be your match. And him calling out Canelo Alvarez is not preparing him for Alexander Volchnik. They're two different fighters. This is a Ukrainian fighter. They don't mess around over there. Okay, so if I'm David Benavidez, I would stop all the call-outs and the requests for Canelo. Yes, Canelo ducked you, David. It happens. He's ducked a lot of people. He's fought a lot of people in a lot of fights he shouldn't have won. I say that. Okay, what he did at 168, okay, that's impressive, but it ain't his whole career. Okay, let's just call a buck a buck. Smooth, slick boxers, Bivol, Lara, Mayweather, he's always going to have problems with them on his style. But you have a choice and you have an opportunity to go to 175. And Turki Al-Sheikh, the guy that you're asking Canelo for, has given you an opportunity, okay? Given you an opportunity to go to 175, beat Volchnik, and fight the winner of Undisputed at 175. No one really gets that opportunity like that a lot. Okay? So, I mean, nobody. So that's what you should do, and that's where and what your cards are. So deal with them. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of David Benavidez stating that if he loses to Canelo Alvarez in Saudi Arabia, he will donate his entire purse to charity. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!